categorize everybody in the area as this like group, then I'm the asshole. And I was the asshole. I had a lot of you guys tell me that. And it's taken me, this is what's so crazy about it, is that I think this has been going on now for like 2 years. I think that I've been slowly devolving into the most mean-spirited, I don't really even know what the word is for it. Just like the most mean-spirited, rude, like nasty, like just callous, psychopathic version of myself. I think that I've been devolving into this. And a lot of my friends have told me this. My dad has told me this. He said, you've got to chill out. You've got to calm down. I've been like, oh, that old man doesn't know what he's talking about. And I've finally had some level of accountability for that. And thank God. I look back at some of the things that I've said and done over the past 2 years, and I don't think that I've been wrong about everything, obviously, right? But there have been ways that I've communicated and ways that I've acted that are indefensible. And I think looking back on it, it's just disgusting. And it's something that when you get lost in the sauce and you get fixated around like listening and reading feedback and, just getting hyper fixated, this is like your entire life, you lose a perspective on reality and you lose a perspective on the world. And I think that perspective was brought into perspective yesterday and the day before, when I was making comments like this. And I feel so stupid. It's crazy. So I'm getting all these people making negative comments toward me. Everybody is telling me like, oh, go kill yourself. I hate you. Everything like this. Do you know who reached out to me? And they wanted to talk and have a conversation and see if I was okay. It's people that were Islamic and people that had fucking family in Palestine. And how humiliating is that? How absolutely humiliating is that? And these were the people I was trying to say were bad. And I feel like such a fucking stupid asshole. I really do. I've always been I guess like I've always been kind of like an atheist. And even as a young kid, I was raised Roman Catholic, and I was always very defiant towards it. And I've always had a negative opinion of religion, and I've also had a negative opinion of religious cultures. And I think that opinion is definitely shaped by the media that I've created, and the media I've created for myself, and then also just the media that exists, the media that I've chose to seek out as well. And I think that media has allowed me to have certain predispositions and certain biases that the truth is that I don't have any sort of relation to my own real life has been experienced, or my own real life experience has been, excuse me. And so I've been spending a lot of time talking to those people, and I've seen people like fans of mine, like I had viewers messaging me on Discord, like, why are you saying this? Like, do you want to talk? Do you want to, like, I'm willing to talk to you, and, like, let's try to work this out, right? We love you. And I scrolled up on their messages, and these are people that messaged me in like 2016, 2017, 2018, like, I love your content, I love your stream, I love you. Right? And now they get to hear this from me, and I just feel like such a stupid, belligerent fucking asshole. I really do, and I'm sorry. I really am. I think that it's extremely fair to criticize religious extremism, and I think that it's extremely unfair to categorize everybody in part of that group as religious extremists. I think it is, and I'm really sorry for that. I've just been a fucking dick.
Harmony research deal complete.
It's weird because yesterday I woke up and I didn't know if I was going to be suspended or not. And I planned on streaming and everything. And I actually got a text message from one of my mods. They said, oh, I heard about the suspension, I'm sorry. And I was like, I remember I was like driving, and like, you'd think that like your heart rate would go up. But if anything, I felt more relaxed. I felt like finally I have a moment to just take a step back and breathe and think for myself and just stop. Just like get out of my own head. And I spent a long time, like, just writing
Harmony
basically
research
a list
complete.
of all of these things that, like, I think that I should be doing with my life. And this is going to be kind of the second part, by the way, of the video. Comments that I made were pretty much about
Commerce
extremism.
upgrade
I think it's
complete.
bad, but I've categorized a lot of people in that way. That's unfair. It's wrong for me to have done that.
Our time has
I
come.
said something that was bad. I should not have said that. I should
Another
have chosen my
planet
words more
joins the
carefully. I
Unity.
didn't do that. I doubled down on
A
it. I shouldn't have.
colonizable
I'm
planet
sorry.
has been
That's
discovered.
pretty much. I was a fucking
Harmony
asshole.
research
I'm a piece
complete.
of shit. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. And so, actually, I do know what else to say.
Insufficient metal.
I don't like making apologies because I think words
Unleash
don't matter.
our wrath.
Control
But I
group
do think
created.
changed actions and changed
Our time
behaviors
has
do.
come.
And so you can take my apology as hopefully better content.
Our voices
And if you're not
speak as
seeing that,
one.
I want you to hold me
Harmony
accountable.
research tier
Hopefully
complete.
this time I won't be stupid
Phase
enough
jump
to-
underway.
Mouth is pretty dry. Anyway, so the second part about
Planet
this is
item
that
ready.
I want to talk a little bit about like my life, my personal life, etc., and kind of some of the points that I think that I've kind of gone
Our
through. to get
time
here.
has come.
So the main thing is that for the past, like,
Mining
I would say
upgrade
like 10
complete.
years or so,
What's on your mind?
if you look at my life like
Control
this,
group
I would have said
created.
10 years ago, or maybe 8 years ago, streaming was
Hostility
like this,
research
right?
tier
YouTube was like
complete.
this.
You want
And
us over
now
with your
I would say
fancy
that
words.
my life and
You're
streaming are
going.
basically the exact same size. And what I
You're
mean by that
fishing
is
for
that
a
streaming is
whale
my
with
entire
minnow
life.
bait.
Doing this
A
is my entire
colonizable planet
existence.
has been
And
discovered.
I think that the process of that has been
Harmony research
extremely
complete.
unhealthy for
We
me.
shall
And I
overcome.
think that what it's
Control
done is
group
that
created.
it's allowed me to
For the
become such a
unity.
one-dimensional person
Our time has
that
come.
I'm not even a
Control
person.
group
It's like
created.
a
What
Dark
lies
Souls and going
before us?
hollow or something. And I think about like all of the, you know, like I made a list of all of the things that I'm not doing in my life that I should be doing, and I was writing it down, and I'm like, you know, fucking like I'm just going and going and going. I'm like, oh my god, I think it'd be shorter if I transcribed the
time has
Bible.
come.
Like this is insane.
Hostility research
like
complete.
like
At
whenever I have
last.
everything written down
Another planet
line for
joins the
line, it's
Unity.
like, oh my god.
Our
I'm
voices
ruining
speak
my
as
life.
one.
I've been existing, and I want to, at a certain point, actually try to live my
We
life.
shall overcome.
And I don't think that
Harmony
I've been
research
doing that.
complete.
And so, what am I going to do? How am I going to do that differently? And what does that mean for
A
my stream,
colonizable
etc.?
planet has been
I
discovered.
think that I'm going to cut down a little bit on streaming quite as much. And I think I'm also going to cut down. This is going to sound like
Hostility
I
research
hope I can say this
complete.
in the right way. I feel like the main
Commerce
times
upgrade
that I laugh
complete.
on my stream nowadays are when I'm laughing at other people. And I look back on videos that I
Harmony
did from
research complete.
2020, 2016,
come.
17, and yeah, I've always been an asshole. But holy shit, I've been way more of an asshole. It's insane. And it's a night and day difference. And I've had
Planet
again,
item ready.
everybody in the world telling me this, including my own dad. And I've just ignored them. And finally, it's like, you know what? Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe this is too far. Maybe I need a course correction.
Unleash our
Which is why
wrath.
I think that like getting suspended in this, I hope that it's one of the best
What
things that's
lies
ever happened
before
to me.
us?
And I
For
don't
the
know whether that's going to
unity.
be true,
Harmony
but I'm going to
research
try to do
complete.
things differently and make sure to live up to that reality. And so, what are those things that I'm going to be doing differently? The first thing is that I think I'm going to try. I've been very much trying to like maintain a consistent schedule with my stream,
A
and
colonizable
I will
planet
continue
has
to
been
do that.
discovered.
I want to get up
Mining
and go to
upgrade
bed at
complete.
relatively the same time.
Hostility
I want to live
research
a normal
complete.
life, and
You may
also
speak
I want to
as you
spend
wish.
maybe a little bit less time
You
streaming,
made a
and I want
fine
to spend more time
purchase.
creating my own
I
videos
know
and doing my own
reasons.
things,
Our
and spending
time has
time on
come.
things that I really enjoy, and basically
What
just like
lies
expanding
before us?
my existence as
With
a
one
person.
voice.
I think that ever since I started like OTK and I got involved with that, and then we had like other Starforge and like Mad
Harmony
Mushroom
research
and
complete.
Mythic and everything. Like honestly, it's been too much for me to handle. It's been
Unleash
completely
our
too much for me to
wrath.
handle.
Our
And
voices speak as one.
I've been losing my mind
You
dealing with it,
failed
and
to
I try
place
to
a
hide it the
bid.
best I can.
The
Because you
unity's
know
will
I
be
try
done.
to do the best, right? I try to
At
do my best.
last.
You know,
Another
it doesn't matter
planet
how
joins
hard it
the
gets. You just
Unity.
keep going. You just keep going. It doesn't matter. And eventually it does
Hostility
matter.
research
And
complete.
I think that I've negatively affected a lot of them. And I also don't
A
want to talk about that
colonizable
just in the
planet has been
context
discovered.
of just like this recent controversy. I want to talk about this in the context of the last 2 years. I think that I haven't
Commerce
really been
upgrade
able to
complete.
fulfill my responsibilities as a leader in a lot of cases to
Harmony
them.
research
And
complete.
I think that I've let a lot of people down. And there have been things that I've done that are
Unleash
positive
our
as well.
wrath.
But I think that one thing this thing has taught me, this whole situation has taught me, it's made me realize, is that I need to get myself in check.
Planet
I need
item
to get
ready.
my mind under
What lies
control.
before
I need
us?
to, like, just get my life. I need to fix my fucking
We
life. Like,
understand.
it's insane.
time has
Like,
come.
I think about it,
The
and it's
unities
just
will
it's in
be done.
shambles.
We are
Everything
listening.
about my life is
For the
basically fucked.
unity.
And I'm gonna take a step back from all of that. I'm gonna step away from my leadership position in OTK and Starforge and everything. I want to and they're fine with that.
Harmony
They
research
respect that.
complete.
And I want to do
Hostility
this. And I want to
research
do this
complete.
not only for them, but mainly for myself. So I can be a better
Initiating
version of
phase
myself
jump.
for everyone. And I want to
Another
apologize to all
planet
you
joins
guys, my
the
viewers,
unity.
that I don't think I've lived up to that.
A
I think
colonizable
that I can
planet
be
has
a
been
lot better
discovered.
than what I am right now. And I don't even think that I've been putting in half the effort that I should be in the way that I should be. And I'm sorry.
You may
And so
speak.
my plan is to,
Harmony
when I get on
research
down,
complete.
I'll keep streaming regularly, right? And
Commerce
I want to focus
upgrade
more on
complete.
trying to do
You
things that
may
are fun,
speak.
trying to
At
laugh
last.
more with people rather than
Our
laugh at
voices
people.
speak as one.
I'll still laugh at people every once in a while, okay? Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But it's about a focus, and it's about a tone. I listen to my tone in the clip, and I just sound like such a piece of shit. Really, at the end of the day, I sound like a
Hostility
piece of shit. I
research
sound like a terrible person. And it's
Upgrade
just
logistics to unlock more civilian slots.
callous and just weak.
Insufficient
And
metal.
I don't want to be that person anymore. And
Planet item ready.
I've spent a long time growing
Insufficient
up.
metal.
The time I did, I was an r/atheism enjoyer. I have a very
You may speak.
negative opinion of a
We
lot of
shall
religions.
overcome.
I've
with one
had the
voice.
experience firsthand of the
Initiating
negative
phase
effects
jump.
of Christianity
Our
and
time has come.
you know the way that I
A
view them.
colonizable planet
And I've
has
always
been
read a lot of very
discovered.
bad things about Islam, and I've made a lot of criticisms of it. I've talked to a lot of
Insufficient
people
metal.
about it.
Civilian
I've
structure
heard
complete.
a lot about it, and I've
Logistics
been
upgrade
watching things
complete.
about it, and I've been like
Insufficient
hearing
metal.
people telling me
Another
this is the way
planet
it
joins the
is,
unity.
but I've never seen
The
it.
unities will be
And
done.
I
We are
actually think that
listening with
after
one
all
voice.
this, I think towards the end of next year, I think I'd like to visit the Middle East and see it for myself. I want to see it for a historical
Insufficient metal.
perspective, right? I would love to go to Istanbul in Turkey. There's no military
Initiating
motive
phase
there at
jump.
all. But it's not just that. I'd love to
Harmony
visit places
research
like Saudi
complete.
Arabia, Dubai, any of the other places. I mean, the truth is that, and this is the worst
Civilian
thing about
structure
what I said,
complete.
some of the places I would want to visit
Is the unity
I might
with
not
us?
be able to because of the way that they're like just the internal strife,
Is
the
it
actual
time?
literal wars
Without
that
delay.
are going on, people being literally killed there, and I might not be able to do that. But I want to do it, and I want to see it for myself because I don't like believing what people tell me, and I think that when I do, I end
Mining
up being
upgrade
fooled,
complete.
and I want to see it.
Insufficient
I
metal.
want to see it for
More
myself. And I want
credits
to
are
experience
required.
it. And
We're
I want to
uncertain
live
of our
my
next
life.
move.
And
Civilian structure complete.
I'm going to try
A
to like
colonizable planet
I don't
has
know,
been
like,
discovered.
clean up part of my
Civilian
house.
structure
I'm going to try
complete.
to do this, and I'm not going to hire a cleaner.
More credits
As I
are
said,
required.
I was raised Roman Catholic. I view this as a penance, and I think I need to do this for myself. I need to take accountability for
We are
bad things that I've
listening.
done,
Hostility
and for
research
letting my
tier
life get this out of
complete.
control.
With one
And
voice.
I don't need to get
Is
out
the of jail unity
free
with
card.
us?
So
We are
I need to do that
entertaining
for myself
offers.
and for
Your
my own closure
influence
as well.
is undeniable.
And I think
You've
also
made a wise
I
acquisition.
want to live for the
Civilian structure
the
complete.
idiots out there
More
that
credits
you know
are
they're
required.
you know like looking to me to be a role model, right? Oh, not a good idea. But there are people that will see that and they'll think maybe to themselves, maybe I should do the same thing. And if I can do that for one person, well, I've already done it for myself. I've already done a good thing. And so it's
Logistics
only
upgrade
better.
complete.
And so that's what
A
my plan is. I'm
colonizable
going to
planet
try
has
to
been
like
discovered.
rethink my life.
Civilian
I've had a lot
structure
of people
complete.
reach out to me.
Harmony
People I would have
research
never expected
complete.
to reach out to me
Another
in
planet
ways that I
joins
never
the
expected.
unity.
And
You opted
I
out of
understand
bidding.
that, you know, like,
Civilian
I'm still
structure
very critical
complete.
about, you know, religious fundamentalism, right? But when you paint with such a broad brush
You
that
may
you just include an
speak.
entire group of
The
people,
unities will be
you're
done.
not, you're just being a fucking you're
Is
being a
it
piece of shit.
time? As you
It's like
wish.
people said it was racist. I didn't mean it as racist, but if you listen to what I said, it's easy that you could assume that.
Planet
So
item
easy.
ready.
And so I'm just a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking moron. I've been an asshole. I
Civilian
think that I've
structure
evolved for the
complete.
last 2 years. I think that I've negatively affected other
More
people
credits are
in ways
required.
that I hate.
What's
I
on your
I don't even
mind?
hate to say this. Like I think I need to say
Without
this. I
delay.
need to say it more. I've
Our time
negatively
has
affected people
come.
in ways that I regret.
Harmony research
I
complete.
think whenever I go back live again,
At
I'll probably talk about that
last.
more. And you know, like there's some just different people I kind of want to apologize to, and
colonizable
take
planet
accountability
has
for
been
things that I've
discovered.
said and done that have negatively affected other people in ways that were unfair and wrong. And
Hostility research complete.
that's what my plan is. That's about
Unleash
it.
our wrath.
I want to say that
Our
I
voices
hope that
speak
now,
as
after
one.
you've heard what I have to say,
Civilian structure
that
complete.
a lot of you all can see
Tremble before
kind of
the
why
unity.
I'm saying
You may
that
speak.
I appreciate this.
Mining upgrade
I really
complete.
think that this is something I
The
needed,
unities will be
and
done.
I hope that this is
Is
the
it time?
next part of
Feel
the rest of
our
my life.
wrath.
Civilian
And I
structure
want you guys to hold me
complete.
accountable to that.
Tremble before the unity.
So if I'm being a fucking
Harmony
asshole again,
research complete.
if I'm being mean, if I'm just being callous, acting like a psychopath, just treating people awfully outside of the WoW raid when they get killed by fire, but really, laughing at people's misfortune, try to say, man, just chill the fuck out, stop it. Just stop.
You may
And
speak.
I'm gonna do my best to listen. I spent 2 years ignoring it,
Is it
and look where it
time?
got me. This is
I
not
am
even
the
the tip of the
Unity
iceberg of
servant.
problems in my life.
A colonizable
And,
planet
uh,
has been discovered.
I want to thank everybody
made a
for
wise
making me aware
acquisition.
that that's the case.
Exotics have been
And
unveiled
hopefully
by
I
our
can forward the
scryers.
iceberg. Right?
Exotics have
And
been
so I
unveiled
want
by
to
our
say
scryers.
pretty much about all I've got.
Exotics have been
I sorry
unveiled
for
by
a lot
our
of people I let
scryers.
down. Not
Exotics
just
have
with
been
comments like
unveiled
this,
by our
but also
scryers.
just with the way
Exotics
I've
have
been
been
doing things in
unveiled
general.
by our
I think that
scryers.
you guys deserve a
You
much
may
better version of me
speak.
than what
Is
you've been
it
getting.
time?
And I hope that I
Control
can live up
room
to that in the
created.
future.
Hostility
And,
research
I
complete.
don't even want to think about it in the
Harmony
future, right?
research complete.
As soon as I get
You may
unbanned,
speak.
the best
At
apology is
last.
better content, change behavior. And that's what I hope to do. So yeah, anyway guys, I'm just gonna focus on myself for
Our
a while,
voices
try to
speak as
improve my
one.
own life. And there's a lot of things I think again I'll probably talk about more whenever I go live again that are like more kind of just like kind of in the weeds, like personal stuff. But overall, that's the big picture. That's where I'm at. And so anyway, that's about all I've got. And I'll see you guys soon.
More
I'm gonna try to
credits
just
are
take this time
required.
off to really kind of fix my shit.
Vengeance is a
So
cruel
yeah,
mistress.
anyway guys, that's about it. I'll see you later. Bye.
You may speak.
You've made a fine party.
AI girlfriends are here, and they're posing a threat to a generation
Planet
of
item
men.
ready.
Let me reword this that makes more sense. AI girlfriends are here, and they're posing a threat to a
The
generation
unities
of
will
women.
be done.
What if the biggest AI
Harmony
threat of all
research
is to
complete.
human relationships? The movie Her seemed like absurd
Oh, yeah.
science fiction a decade
Joaquin
ago. A
Phoenix.
lonely,
Phase jump
heartbroken
underway.
man played by Joaquin Phoenix finds solace in an artificial intelligence female voice that he talks to
Hostility
through his
research
phone
complete.
and earbuds, played by
Upgrade
Scarlett
logistics to
Johansson.
unlock more civilian slots.
The woman that I've been seeing, Samantha, she's
More
not there.
credits are required. Exotics have been unveiled by our scryers. Exotics have been unveiled by our scryers.
I feel like
Exotics have been unveiled by our scryers.
she's not
Exotics
just a
have been
computer.
unveiled by our scryers.
Time to bid.
I'm just
Place
thinking
them
of like
high.
the amount of like
You
people
may
on Twitter
speak.
and like like Twitch that would say this exact same thing,
Phase jump
right?
underway.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. It's just funny.
Civilian structure
Wanted to have a
complete.
wife without the challenges of
Logistics
actually dealing with
upgrade
anything
complete.
real. I'm glad that you found someone.
That sci-fi concept fast becoming
Harmony
a troubling
research
reality.
Yeah.
As an example, here's one of countless chatbot apps providing AI friends.
Is this Replica?
It's called
You've made a
Cupid
wise
AI, with a
acquisition.
K for Cupid.
Civilian
It offers
structure
several
complete.
avatars with distinct physical
Our time
features
has
and a
come.
list
Bro,
of
I thought it said autistic secretary. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
At
But like,
last.
no, never
personality
mind.
traits for you to start interacting with and customizing.
Yeah.
For instance, here's the opening message from an avatar named Alice,
Control group
described as a
created.
curious and
The
open-minded
unities
photographer.
will be done.
I'm Alice, a 25 years old, fun-loving
Civilian
and
structure
adventurous girl,
complete.
seeking a partner in crime
Planet
to
item
travel the
ready.
world with and make unforgettable memories. If you are new here, let me explain a few
Civilian
things.
structure
You can
complete.
chat with me as much as
Harmony
you want,
research complete.
and I'd be more than happy to learn more about you and please
Civilian
you in
structure
any way I can.
complete.
If you want me to send you a photo, you just have to ask it in the chat, like, "Hey Alice, can you send me a picture of you?"
If only it was that easy.
Unleash
And
our
I'll be more than
wrath.
happy to send you one.
But of course, to bump
At
up from
last.
texting to more voice chat, as well as receiving
We are
sexy
listening.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, it definitely doesn't look that
Unleash
good.
our wrath.
$5
Our
or whatever.
voices speak as one.
Yeah, I mean,
The unities will
I
be
think that's what
done.
it is. Kafka
We are
clears her.
listening.
She does. Kafka is way better. You're totally fucking right.
well, other sorts of pictures, Alice asked that we become a premium member for $9.99 a month. So we bid
It's
her
like
farewell.
OnlyFans.
But there are many who are engaging.
Civilian
The Hill
structure
recently
complete.
published a piece by my next
Hostility
guest,
research complete.
data science professor Liberty Vittert, under the headline
We are
AI girlfriends
exiles
are
no
ruining
longer.
an entire generation of men. She wrote the following: apps have
Yeah, there it is. I think that a lot of guys are going to get into this kind of stuff. I think it's going to get way
Harmony
more
research
popular.
complete.
If a guy is happy doing
Unleash
something,
our
then what's the
wrath.
problem?
What
Right?
lies before us? We understand.
created virtual girlfriends
Same
to
with girl.
talk to you, love you, allow you to live out your erotic fantasies, and learn through data exactly what you
Unleash
like and what
our
you don't
wrath.
like, creating the
I don't
Control
see how
group
this is
created.
bad. So
What
the
lies
problem, how
before
their
us?
lives are
Another
their lives are
planet
being ruined,
joins
is
the
that
unity.
there's a virtual girlfriend that will love them, that's like really hot and that does what you like. Like, I don't know, man. I think this is somebody that's unhappy. Problem is repopulation. Nah, man. Like, one dude can fuck 20
You've
girls,
made
and
a
that's 20
fine
kids.
purchase.
Look at Genghis Khan. What
no
percentage of people in like
refunds.
Asia are related to Genghis Khan? It's
time
like
has
fucking like
come.
2% or
Mining
something
upgrade
like that's a
complete.
lot. It's one dude. Oh, you don't need everybody out there
Control group
repopulating.
created.
That's just not the way the
Our
world works.
voices speak as
I was
one.
thinking about this with Elon Musk the other day. Right? He's got like you don't remember when I made the meme about how like Diablo 4 was the game that was made for a guy with like, 10 kids, 4 wives,
Hostility
and like
research complete.
6 jobs? And it was like
An
a
allied
joke.
world has fallen to
Except
the
for that's
enemy.
literally Elon
Planet
Musk, and he
item
plays
ready.
Diablo 4. He's actually the target
Phase
audience.
jump
Yeah,
underway.
so it's actually, he's actually the guy that I was talking about. Yeah, it's made for him. Holy shit, yeah, I never thought of that.
relationship. And that young lonely men, quote, are choosing
Harmony
AI
research
girlfriends over
complete.
real women, meaning they don't have relationships with real women, don't marry them, and then don't have and raise babies with them.
Yep, that's right. Because a lot of guys don't want to do that. And there's a lot of guys, like, I mean, here's the thing. I also want to preface this by saying I am a traditional marriage enjoyer.
Logistics upgrade
And I think
complete.
that the amount of child
Our
support that guys
minds
have to pay
awaken.
for kids is probably a good thing. I think obviously the amount of
Unleash
the way
our
that things
wrath.
are ruled should maybe be improved. But
The
overall,
unities
I think
will
it's
be
better for
done.
the kids and it's better for society in the long run. If I was in a relationship with a girl, I would want to marry her before I had kids with her. And if we were having kids together, I would never want to get divorced, and that would never be an issue. And I would fully expect to support her, and it would be totally fine. So yeah, that's my outlook on marriage. So I'm not like the reason I'm saying this, right, is I'm not one of these guys that like, oh, all these women, all they want is your money, and then whenever they get that, they's going to
made a
leave,
wise
man. What
acquisition.
the fuck? I hate
Civilian
them.
structure
Right?
complete.
Like all the people that are saying this, these are like divorced dads and shit, right? So like I'm not jaded on that level. I don't feel
Civilian
that way,
structure complete.
and it's not about me. No fault divorce is where it all went wrong. Well, I don't know. I mean,
credits
all
are
I'm saying is like I'm
required.
not saying the world's
Place
perfect,
your bids,
but
you
I am
scurry
very much a
lads.
traditionalist.
Harmony research
And I'm also,
complete.
by the way, I'm sure somebody's
Unleash
going to take
our
this out of
wrath.
context.
Hostility
I had a
research
girlfriend or a
complete.
wife that wanted to have a job.
Our
Of course, I would
minds
support them getting a
awaken.
job, right? But
Civilian
giving
structure
a
complete.
girl the option to not have to do that to just raise kids, I think it's very
Civilian
different than like
structure
trying to say they
complete.
have to. Did so wrong. Last girlfriend was a gold digger. Oh, Izzy was? That's crazy. I had no idea about that. Izzy, the 0.01%
Civilian structure complete.
OnlyFans content
Commerce
creator, was
upgrade
with me for my
complete.
money. She had a lot of money even before we started dating too. Before she did OnlyFans or anything like that. Long story.
As I've discussed here before, we're living in an epidemic of loneliness among young men. Professor Scott Galloway told me that failing young men he perceives to be an existential crisis for the country. Why? Well, Pew found that 63% of young men under 30 are single, compared with only 34% of women the same age.
Underway.
1 in 5 American men who are unmarried and not in a romantic...
Wait, so does that mean like every guy is on average dating 2 girls? Like, how the fuck does this like? How does that math work out? Dating older men? Oh, right, of course, yeah. Oh wow, girls like dating older guys. I can't. What? What? When did this happen?
Relationship report not having any close friends. And according to Pew, there's a decline in the same age. 1 in 5 American men who are unmarried and not in a romantic relationship report not having any close friends.
I think the reason, by the way, why especially people under 30, so I think in general, culturally, it's seen as like the man is supposed to be the provider in the relationship. I understand we've got a lot of new age Andes that don't have this viewpoint, and I'm very happy for you. However, this is still the expectation, right? Guy pays for the first date. Most of the time, guys are the ones paying child support. That's just how it is. So a lot of times, women are going to look for guys that have more resources than them. That's just, I think, common sense, right? And in the process of that, I think especially whenever they're younger, men haven't built up their career and they haven't built up their reputation and their skills as much to have that higher earning power than women that are of the equivalent age. So it makes sense that women aren't going to be dating guys that are the same age because women are probably trying to look for a guy that makes more money than them, and usually the guys that do that are older. I mean, all of these things make sense. And by the way, I want to make this very clear. That's the way it's always been. And I think it works. It's worked for thousands of years.
With only 34% of women the same age. 1 in 5 American men who are unmarried and not in a romantic relationship report not having any close friends.
That's a completely separate problem, but I think he's totally right about that. It's really sad that a lot of guys are socially isolated like that. I don't really know exactly why that happens. I think there's like probably 500 different reasons, but yeah. Dating IRL is like looking for members who have high gear score in WoW and Lost Ark to raid. Yeah, except for you don't have a group finder.
Phase jump underway.
According to Pew, there's a decline in the number of single men actively seeking relationships or even casual dates, currently around 50%.
Yeah, I think this also makes perfect sense. I mean, you have a lot of people that are spreading information like Andrew Tate. I think that all of the, you know, there's like a term for this manosphere, like guys. I mean, I'm going to be honest, like,
not enough crystal.
Maybe I'm the first person that's ever said this. I'm sure I am. I wouldn't take advice. Like, so like, you go to the doctor, your doctor's 400 pounds. You're going to listen to his advice about dieting? Yeah, maybe he's right, but like, you don't want to hear it from him. What the fuck do you know, right? You're going to go and listen to somebody who it's like, oh yeah, here's how to play baseball. No, I played baseball and I struck out every single time. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way about a lot of these people who are giving advice, who are like, who the fuck are you to give advice on a relationship? You lost. It's like taking a fucking boss guide in WoW, and it's like, yeah, so we wiped on this boss a lot. Here's how to do it. Yeah, I'm sorry, but like if you failed in this space and you have no proven success in this, who the fuck are you to go and give other people advice on how to have a relationship? You've been fucking divorced 2 times. If you knew what you were talking about, that wouldn't have happened. Learn from failures? Yeah, but you can also learn from somebody who's actually successful too. Let's just hear, listen to Qualm's advice on Elden Ring builds. Yeah, exactly. So, what if the divorce is the success? Well, I mean, you know, it is what it is. But the point is, like, so like a lot of guys are like taught that, like, guys have, and I think this is especially the case, right? This is going to be very much like kind of a black pill thing, but I think it is true, even though it might upset some people. Is a lot of the people that have like this resentment towards women, incel women, yeah, it's almost about that, but it's true. A lot of the guys that have this resentment towards women are like under 25, I would say. Now, of course, there's older ones too, but I think that there's especially like a trend of them that are under 25.
Mining
And the
upgrade
reason why
complete.
is that a lot of girls,
Our
right?
time has
You look
come.
at every study, you look at every single thing. What age do guys find girls most
What's on your
attractive?
mind?
Guess what?
As you
Every single
wish.
one of them says under 25. I don't care what you think. I'm talking about the fucking data. And the truth is that
Without
obviously
delay.
these girls have a lot of
An allied
advantages
capital ship
that they
has been
have at
destroyed.
that time.
Standing
I'm
by.
33 years old.
Exotics
I've
have
seen
been
those
unveiled by our
advantages for a lot
squires.
of those girls. I'm
Our
just going to keep it
voices
real.
speak as one.
I've seen them go
You
away.
opted out
And
of
whenever
bidding.
you are this guy,
Retribution
whenever
is
you are my
ours.
age and whenever you get older
Whenever
like
you
I am,
wish.
and you see a
Following the
completely different
will of the
perspective on
unity.
things.
Hostility
You do.
research complete.
And I think that for a lot of these
Unleash our
guys, you know,
wrath.
you're 22
An
years old,
allied
you've got
capital ship
resentment
has been
because this
destroyed.
girl that you know
Standing by.
who's stupid is making a lot of money on
brilliant
OnlyFans. Come back to me in
strategy.
10 years.
What's on your
That's just
mind?
the truth.
We
It's
shall
biology.
overcome.
Don't get mad at
For
me,
the
get mad at
unity.
God.
Joining me
Is
now
it time?
is Liberty
We
Vitter,
have cleansed
Professor
But
the
yeah, I
planet
do
of
think that a lot of the
heathens.
reasons, sorry, my
The
point is
unity's
that like a
will
lot of the
be
reasons why
done.
guys don't seek out relationships is that they're fed
An
poison.
allied world
I
has
think.
fallen to
I
the
think they're fed
enemy.
poison
Control
about
group
hating
created.
women, about resenting women for just like the natural order of life. And I think it's very unhealthy.
Civilian
It's
structure complete.
sad to see,
Vengeance
honestly. It
is a
really is
cruel
sad.
mistress.
And like, I don't know.
Logistics
I
upgrade
don't think
complete.
girls are that bad.
Civilian
I
structure
don't.
complete.
Like, obviously,
You may
throughout my life,
speak.
I've had resentment towards
Phase
girls
jump
because, like,
underway.
I didn't have this opportunity, that opportunity. But, like, I don't think it's just as simple as, like, you have to have, like, you know, you have to be 6 feet tall and making over $100,000 a year. Like, I
None
don't think
shall
it's...
survive.
I see plenty of ugly,
Feel
short,
our
fat guys
wrath.
with girlfriends all the time. All the time. All the time. You go to Walmart,
Another
there's plenty of
planet
fucking ugly,
joins the
fat dudes
unity.
with girlfriends.
Harmony research complete.
It's the truth.
Tremble before the unity.
With money?
An
I said I
allied
went to
world has
Walmart,
fallen to
okay?
the
I didn't go to
enemy.
the Gucci store.
You've made a
This
fine
is Walmart.
purchase.
They're rich probably. Yeah,
No
every
refunds.
again, and this is the problem, right? Is that a
Our
lot of
minds
guys,
awaken.
and this is why,
Civilian
is that
structure
guys want to
complete.
find a reason
time has
for
come.
why a girl is with another guy and not them, So they're coping, right? So they're trying to find a way for them to say like, hey, the reason why
Civilian
I can't
structure
get a
complete.
girlfriend, even though this
You
other
may
guy has a
speak.
girlfriend and he has the same disadvantages that I do, well, it's because he's rich. It's because of some other external factor. I'll be
Commerce
honest.
upgrade complete.
I know a lot of girls, right? And I've talked to a lot of them, and I've seen their DMs. If you treat a girl like a human being, you automatically
Whenever
put
you
yourself
wish.
above the top 50%
Control
of guys.
group
If you
created.
treat her like she's a human being, I swear to God, I really do. It is insane how bad some
Planet
guys are.
item ready.
Shields
It is
down.
awful. The point is,
Hostility
obviously, so true.
research
They just want to be
complete.
careful. Truly,
We're
it depends on
uncertain of
who
our
it is.
next
But like,
move.
what I'm saying is like, I think guys are fed something that's a lie. They're fed a lie, and they're fed this idea of like insecurity and inferiority, and I don't think it's helpful at all. Opposite's true also.
Unleash our
There are
wrath.
some girls that like
An
being
allied
treated like
world has
a
fallen to
piece
the
of
enemy.
meat, but I think that usually they like doing that. They
Whenever
like
you
that from like a
wish.
guy that they trust.
Control group
It's like kind of
created.
like a
At
it's like a
last.
sexual kink
What lies
kind of,
before us?
and it's like they're doing
We
that from a guy that they
understand.
give that trust
You
to
may
treat them
speak.
that way.
Tremble
Huh?
before
What
the
the
unity.
fuck? No, I'm just.
An allied
Boys,
world has fallen to
we're
the
having
enemy.
real talk.
We have
We're having real
cleansed
talk,
the
guys.
planet
I'm not.
of heathens.
There's no. I'm not talking around it. I'm saying that this is how it is. This is real talk. Like, don't hum me.
Unleash
Oh,
our wrath.
no, bro, it's real.
unity's
It's true.
will be
Pretty sure
done.
women have much more reason to worry about men than the opposite. Let's be real. There's a lot of problems, but of course that is true.
Not enough
Live in
crystal.
reality. Yep, it's in reality. You have to be 30 plus to understand
Mining
it. Yeah, I know,
upgrade
and that's what I'm
complete.
saying, right? It's like a lot of the people, like, remember that video of like Sneeko and like a bunch of little
Crystal.
kids that were like Sneeko fans? Like, what the fuck do they know, right?
Harmony
But like, they're
research
the fans,
complete.
and that's the kind of stuff that they're seeing.
Data science at Washington University in St. Louis,
Not enough
a
crystal.
brilliant contributor for The Hill. So, not to
Planet
be
item
prurient
ready.
at this time of day,
Unleash
but
our wrath.
are all the needs of these young men
made
able
a
to be
fine
facilitated,
purchase.
taken care of
No
by AI
refunds.
avatars?
Well, you have to think about this word.
Yeah, see, she didn't answer that question because you know the answer to it. Yes.
At last.
AI that is in. It's not a virtual
Our
girlfriend.
voices
It's an
speak
AI
as one.
girlfriend. So it learns from you. It learns what you like and what you don't like.
So you're saying it's like
Civilian
gay because
structure
like the more
complete.
it learns from you and it's
An
learning
allied
from a
world has
guy,
fallen to the
so like it's
enemy.
really you're jerking off to
Civilian
yourself.
structure
Oh, I
complete.
like that. That sounds really good.
Unleash our
What kind of pictures
wrath.
you like, what kind of pictures you don't like. And while not all needs are met, that is the next step, is actual physical
needs aren't met?
girlfriends, AI ones for that matter. And so the next step or the next frontier is
Hostility
one that can
research
meet
complete.
all of your needs.
Okay. Yeah, true.
So there's going to be some type of pairing between what I've already shown to the CNN audience and something 3D that's going to be, you know, in your living room or
Civilian
bedroom?
structure
Yes,
complete.
I mean that is the world we are moving into. And as you said,
That's
it's
right.
enabling
Where
an
credits are
entire
required.
generation of young men
Logistics
to
upgrade
continue in
complete.
this loneliness epidemic.
time
Continue.
I don't know if it's like the enabler. I think there's a lot of things that are enablers.
Skylark.
Like, for example, I think COVID made it a lot worse too. Because, like, you have a lot of guys, like, for example, like, imagine if you're 10 and
Colony
COVID starts
research complete.
and you go back to
Hostility
school
research
and you're 12 and
complete.
a half. How many
We
of you
are
guys had a
listening
different feeling about
for the
girls whenever you were
unity
10 versus 12?
At
Or
last.
11 versus 13? And so all of that development time happens whenever you're socially isolated. So, like, you have so many of these people who are socially isolated in, like, very formative, important years. And I think it fucked them up. I do. I think it massively fucked them up. It's like time skip arc? Yeah.
Professor, what's going on with
You
young
know, so many 21-year-olds that are mentally
Civilian
16 due to
structure
COVID.
complete.
Yeah, true. I mean, to be fair, it was probably before COVID to act like that too, but yeah.
You've made a wise acquisition.
It can be reformed though?
minds
Yeah, but like you're
awakened.
dealing with like the immediate effects of
Maximum
it.
civilian orbit slots reached.
If this is a trend among young men, is there something similarly taking place with the
Not
ladies?
enough crystal.
We don't see that. You know, with as you saw, it's 2-to-1 the ratio of single men to single women. Young women.
Well, it's not. It's the ratio that's not even true because like again, the reason why is because these girls are picking older guys.
time
Because
has come.
again, you know,
Defilers
like
encroach upon
women's
us.
selection process has to do with resources for a lot of them. That's the way our culture is.
Our
It wouldn't even
voices
make
speak as
sense if the
one.
difference was that big
Logistics upgrade
across the board. It's only
At
that
last.
big with under 30.
Hostility
Like I
research
know lots of
complete.
girls that are in their
Civilian
20s
structure
that dated
complete.
guys in their 30s. Or a guy is
Our
28
voices
and he
speak as
starts dating a
one.
girl who's 23.
Civilian structure
And then guess what
complete.
happens in 3 years? Well, you know, then he's in his
Made a
30s.
fine purchase.
It's always been like that for thousands of years. Yes, it's always been like this.
Vengeance
Men
is
are
a
marrying
cruel
older
mistress.
men because they want to have children. They have a
Unleash our
biological
wrath.
clock, and so you
The
see them
unities will be
being with
done.
older men.
Well,
And
why are they with older men?
that is
Desecrators
obviously
assault
causing
our
huge
world.
issues of
But
birth
why?
decline.
But why? It's
allied
because
capital
older
ship
men
has
have
been
more
destroyed.
resources. They're
An allied
probably more
capital ship
well
has been
adjusted.
destroyed.
They have a more
Colony
stable
research
life.
complete.
And like,
We
why
are
is that?
ready.
Why? Yeah, I mean, like,
You may
yeah, they're more
speak.
secure. Like, they're just
Civilian
simply more
structure
secure, and
complete.
girls want that, and that's
Unleash
a good
our
thing,
wrath.
bro. Like, think about it, man. If you were 100 years ago, do you want to go? If you're
An
no, like
allied
3,000
capital
years
ship
ago.
has been
Let's go
destroyed.
3,000 years ago. Do you want to go with the guy in the tribe who thinks that he's a wolf and fucking puts like
Hostility
fucking
research tier complete.
blood on himself and then
Hostility research
dances out
complete.
naked,
An
or do
allied
you want
world
to
has
be with
fallen
a
to the
guy
enemy.
who's able to like
Our
you know
time
tend
has
to the
come.
crop? He's able to always catch the buffalo, and things are stable
An ally
and
has
clean. Bro,
fallen.
you're gonna
They
be
did
with the
not
buffalo
deserve the
boy
light
every
we
fucking
offered.
day. Because guess
unity
what? Whenever
will
you have a kid,
survive
the
this
wolf guy
loss.
is out
The
fucking
unity has
pretending like
fallen
he's a
silent
wolf,
on one of our
and then the
planets.
kids get eaten by
Vengeance
wolves.
is a
So
cruel
guess
mistress.
what? That sounds like a pretty bad time. So people are not going to want to have that type of relation. They're not going to look for somebody who's totally off the rocker. They're going to be looking for somebody who
Not
has
enough
their
crystal.
shit together. And guys, I don't know. Like, how many of you guys, like for me, what year did I feel like I really got my
Unleash
shit
our
together?
wrath.
Well, I'll let you know when it
We
happens.
sensed
But
your presence.
like, there are different levels of getting your shit together.
Implicitly.
I would say probably
through
like
our
28,
shields.
like 27 or 28, somewhere around there. Right. So yeah, a lot of guys, you know, it's around 30s. So big surprise. This is
You've
what's
made
going
a
to happen.
wise
And I
acquisition.
I do not have my shit together. There's like a million things that I fuck up with, but like I'm just saying in general.
50% decline over the past 60 years
Not
because
enough
women
crystal.
go with older men. We also see psychologically that younger women they have more close friends, they have more wider groups of friends, and they are not being nearly as affected as young men in this sort of silent epidemic.
Yeah, but why?
Hostility research complete.
I have read about
research rate upgrade
involuntarily
Harmony research
guys who are...
I always love it whenever somebody who clearly doesn't go on the internet talks about internet terms. This is my favorite.
Agree about it. I think their argument is that women today are less approachable. Has something happened? Has something shifted?
It's not that women are less approachable. It's that the way that you're able. So like every guy, what a lot of guys are afraid of, and like I mean, I'm really not talking even for myself. I don't. Sometimes I would kind of feel like maybe I could make somebody uncomfortable. They're afraid of approaching a girl in a way that makes her uncomfortable. Because a lot of times, like, guys will try to approach girls in ways that are, like, really bad, and then they'll get put on blast. And, like, it's not just that you get rejected, right? Like, getting rejected is one thing, but it's like you get put on blast, and it's like something you remember for, like, the rest of your life. It's the same as, like, you know, girls that, like, go to a gym, and then they try to put some guy on blast who looks at them or whatever. So obviously that's why guys are worried, and especially this is the case because, you know, like the social consequence, like being like a violent offender, like being a fucking, like being a sexual predator or being like a sexual assaulter, like doing something bad in that vein is seen as worse than like anything else in our culture, basically. Like sexual crimes are like the pinnacle of bad. So it's like, yeah, a lot of guys are super afraid of that.
Secured the
and I think also COVID, again, made that even worse because usually, right, again, in our culture, it's the guy approaches the girl. So in the process of the guy approaching the girl, you take 2.5 years off of that, especially whenever you're in formative years, you know, your teen years, and you're going to have a lot of trouble with that.
In terms of the dynamics, the power dynamics between young men and young women? I guess that's my question.
I think there's certainly an argument there that, I mean, if you look at college campuses, there's more women than men. Women are having careers, they're having children later. So there might be an argument that men need to adapt to this change in women, but calling it women's fault, I don't think is probably the right way to go.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, well, but what's the logic in saying that men need to adapt to that, but whenever men do adapt to it with AI girlfriends, they're ruining themselves, right? So, like, I don't really know about that. Like, I think that really, it's like, so you say, like, oh, guys need to adapt, and then they do, and then, oh, well, we didn't mean it like that.
Our time has come.
Professor Galloway, himself a professor at NYU, Stern School of Business, and host of a successful podcast, Professor G is the title of it. He's often been a guest of mine, talking about the troubles among young men. I'm going to show you and everyone else something that he said to me on these airwaves about a year ago, and then you can react. Roll it.
An allied world has fallen to the enemy.
The issue is, when you have a group of men, the lower half of attractiveness of men, and online dating, which has doubled, now it's about half of relationships. And the top 20% of men in terms of attractiveness get about 60% of the interest.
Guess what? This used to be the case 100 years ago. Again, we're going to go back to the Genghis Khan example. This is the way biology is. Yeah, this is not new. It's been like this forever, man. Always has been. Yeah. Triple bald. Okay, good one. Boo take. Who's unhappy about Who's unhappy about what I said? Okay, so let's go ahead and use a little bit of logic here. Again, we're in real talk time. A dude busts a nut.
Unleash our wrath.
He can do that again in 3 hours, right? Probably less. That's done, right? He's down the road, like, bro. Like, he at that point, 3 hours from now, bro, he's a Jack in the Box. He's not even thinking about her anymore. Yeah, bro. Yeah, 3 minutes. He's like, yeah, he finishes that. Bro, the moment he finishes that, he's like, man, I need to finish Elden Ring.
Defilers encroach upon us.
I really need to finish this game. It's such a good game. I want to see what my friends are doing. Maybe play Elden Ring, right? Meanwhile, this girl has to deal with a fucking kid for 9 months.
Complete.
You gotta deal with the kid for 9 fucking months, man. So it's like, how many people can one dude get pregnant? 18, and that's, yeah, but what I'm saying, 18 years, that's on top of that. Yeah, obviously that's why people are designed this way. People are programmed this way. Even mammals do the same. Alphas get all the females, and betas get literally no females ever. It's not far-fetched. The humans evolved the same. It's not that it's far-fetched. This is literally what biology indicates. This is everything about biology and fucking just common sense. It's common fucking sense that this is how it's gonna work. Back in the day, men used to raid for resources and women were one of that. Yes. Bring back arranged marriages. I'm joking. Oh, I'm not.
You end up with a group of men that are more prone to conspiracy theory, more prone to misogynistic content, more prone to not believe in climate change. With a group of men that center men in terms of attractiveness get about 60% of the interest. You end up with a group of men that are more prone to conspiracy theory, more prone to
production of the item is complete.
Yeah.
We understand.
If I can't get a girlfriend, it's obviously because of the Illuminati.
Unities will be done.
True.
Unleash our wrath.
Misogynistic content, more prone to not believe in climate change.
That seems completely out of left field. What the fuck are you talking about, man? And I think that I think that there is a correlation. By the way, I think he is right. But I think that the correlation is this, right? So like climate change, conspiracy theories, misogynistic content. These three things are all examples of a refutation of the mainstream social political narrative, right? Like that's fundamentally what they are. Even though they're different branches in the same tree. So I think that he's right, but I think that what it leads them to doing is that just like fucking just saying fuck all of this. We don't want to deal with any of this. I don't want to believe any of this. I'm not part of the system anymore. No climate change, no women, and lizards control everything.
We are ready.
You're right, but it's not. Climate change is not like an indicator. I think that like contextualizing it the way that he does isn't really doing any favors to like what he's saying. Now they're pushing an agenda too. I mean, guys, I don't want to get into the politics. Climate change is real. If you don't think so, you're a fucking idiot. Like, I'm sorry. You are a fucking idiot.
So this is the American story. If it's written with a pen whose ink is failing young men, does not end well. This is an existential crisis. Failing young men.
It is.
At last.
Makes sense to you, Professor Vitter?
Our voices speak as one.
You know, what happens is these young men get in these AI relationships, and because the AI learns from you exactly what you like and you don't like, you end up having these perfect relationships. So that when you go into real life and you try to have a relationship, the most human thing you can do, it's not perfect. And there's ups and downs, and they're not able to deal with these.
Well, I don't agree with that, because I think that a lot of the people that are in the AI relationships, she's saying like halfway through the race, you're gonna trade. Bro, these people don't even get on the field. They're not even getting on the field. What are you talking about?
Is a cruel mistress.
Chat outing themselves about climate change?
Unleash
man, y'all need to shut the fuck. Yeah, how can y'all be so fucking dumb, man? Like you light a cigarette in a fucking room. The room smells like a fucking cigarette. You have an area in a fucking in like certain place. You ever seen something like something smells bad in like an area like there's a fucking massive sewage leak and you go outside, it smells like shit? That's climate change. You ever seen like LA, the smog? That's fucking climate change. There's places in China you gotta wear a mask before COVID because the air quality is so bad that it's like smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day going outside. The idea that this cannot be extrapolated on a global level is fucking delusional. You are a fucking moron. Do I say that every single thing that happens with climate change? Because again, in every observable metric, there is observable climate change. Whether it's your room, your city, your fucking state, or an entire area in a country. This is common fucking sense. And if you think that you cannot make this any bigger to the world at large, you are delusional. And no, it doesn't mean it's going to happen as much. You light a cigarette outside, the whole city is not going to be polluted by your cigarette. But if 1 million people light 1 million cigarettes 1 million times, I bet it will. And that's the thing. If you are delusional about this, this is your own fucking fault. And whenever you think about it logically, it is common fucking sense. Stop denying common sense. Any reasonable person can see this. There are climate cycles. Yeah, and what the fuck is the cycle of lighting a cigarette? What the fuck is the cycle of having a massive, like, coal factory? Like, yes, of course there are cycles. Whenever you say climate change, am I saying that man makes 100% of climate change? No, I never fucking said that. But of course there are going to be cycles. Cycles, the world changes, right? Like, for a while there was like an ice age because it wasn't like it was a dark ages, literally, because like a volcano erupted. Like, this is like hundreds of years ago. And so, yes, of course this shit happens. People are so fucking delusional. 0.0001%. Then why are people able to do it with cities? Like, at what point is it too much? God, it is astonishing to me that people are so against, like, you know, mainstream narratives that they're willing to just forego all sense and reason. All sense and reason is out the window.
Guide my hand to safety.
Think about it, man. Take a step back and just actually think about it. Fuck.
We are severely
this doesn't mean that I agree with every solution to solve climate change either. But to say that it's not happening is fucking stupid.
Not only in relationships, but in life in general.
Our voices speak as one.
Let me go back. Sorry, I apologize for going off on a tangent, but you know.
And downs,
is the unity
not
with
able
us?
To deal with these ups and downs,
will
not
is
only in relationships, but in life in general.
An allied capital ship has been destroyed.
They're not able to deal with ups and downs in relationships and life in general. AI relationship with men. Yeah, I think that's kind of true, but like it's not really something that has to do with women. Like that's a problem that like men have to solve themselves.
If a young man has an AI girlfriend,
is
there shame in that? In other words, is this the sort of thing that you share with your buddy, or are you keeping it as
not yet?
Vengeance
secret.
Is at hand.
You know, it's interesting. It started off as something
Vengeance
that was kept
is
secret,
at hand.
sort of like the porn industry. Young men wouldn't talk about porn, or that, you know, that was Playboy, which was hidden behind some, you know, some house somewhere. But then it
we have come to bring the unity's enlightenment to all.
I think that's kind of disingenuous. I think usually the Playboy stuff like that, it's usually because of like kids, right? Kids who would have like dirty magazines and shit. Like. I think that was the case whenever I was a kid, and then it's also guys that have this stuff behind their wife's back. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, for example, like you don't want to go and talk to your wife about the fact that you're looking at porn, right? I mean, come on.
That's what we're seeing with AI girlfriends, is now it is becoming part of the normal conversation, and it's no longer shameful.
Logistics upgrade complete.
It becomes significantly bigger.
Well, I think that a lot of the reasons why guys like the idea of AI girlfriends is that in their mind it takes away the power that women hold over them. Because like women are usually like the ones that decide like you know, men go after girls, right? And so like if I have an AI girlfriend, now I have the autonomy and I can just make the decision in general, right? It does literally, yes it does. It removes their leverage, yes. And so that's why guys are more of a fan of it.
Production of the item
I mean,
is
you
complete.
saw, I hope you saw, I don't know if you have a return monitor, but we showed...
Hostility research complete.
Can we put up again, Jordan, can you just show the imaging? It's so sophisticated, and I'm sure it's only...
No, it's not, bro. Come on. It's so bad.
The anima are restless.
But it's way better than it was 2 years ago.
Civilian structure complete.
And better. And I'm wondering the impact that it's going to have on a young man's... There, I'm showing one of these avatars right now. I'm also wondering, much like porn being ubiquitous, it's going to raise expectations, right? If porn is so accessible among young men, they're going to have expectations that that's... you know, the natural course of business, when perhaps it isn't. I think I'll say it that way.
Well, what he's really saying is that there are guys out there that are waiting for their chance to have a relationship with a 105-pound anime cat girl with massive tits, and maybe that's not really out there. Yeah, definitely there's guys that...
Control group created.
Here's the thing, right, is you have... A lot of these guys that are like a 3 or a 4, they're mad that girls that are a 7 don't want to date them. But these other guys don't want to date a girl who's a 3 or a 4 either.
Similarly, when there's an avatar who looks like that, it too is going to set expectations. You get the final word.
Yeah.
You can set things down to their rear end size. So you can set anything you want, which is going to create really terrible expectations and just continue this epidemic of loneliness that has enormous repercussions.
I'm going to read some social media aloud.
I really don't think it's a big deal that a guy wants to jerk off to an AI girlfriend with a fat ass. Like, I really don't think it's that big of a deal.
So don't tap out yet. Let's see what we have. Put it up on the screen. Here we go. Human relationships are hard. AI relationships are easy. It's unhealthy for technology to save us from all of life's challenges.
He's right about that. He is.
One of our allies reports that they have built a new type of warship.
You know how we put this genie back in the bottle, right?
You don't.
Maximum civilian
I'm not sure
orbit
there is a way to
reached.
Because the truth is, like, not everybody in the world needs to be healthy. You don't have an obligation to take somebody's pleasure away from them because you think that they're not being healthy. People have a right to live their life the way they want, for better or for
New
worse.
modules installed.
AI genie back in the bottle. I think we have to address these issues at the root of them, which is where this loneliness starts.
Finished a powerful
What
warship.
solves this, if ever?
Revenge awaits.
One more social media. Put it up if you can, Jordan, and I'll read it aloud. What do we have?
We shall
AI is
do
a
as you
quick
command.
fix that will eventually backfire, I think.
That's Kelly. It's another girl.
Control group created.
There's a lot of guys that.
Civilian structure complete.
I mean, it's like getting women's outlook on this is going to be. I'd like to have like at least some guys on here explaining kind of like what their perspective was.
Revenge awaits.
Says
We
Kelly.
obey the
I
unity.
think the backfire.
Oh, you're right. Kelly's hero.
structure
It could be.
complete.
No, you guys are totally right.
phase
It could be a dude.
engines.
Yeah. No, you're
Civilian
right.
structure complete.
I could be
An
totally wrong.
allied world has
Has
fallen
already
to the
begun,
enemy.
and the level of
Defense
sophistication
upgrade
when
complete.
the pairing that
Maximum
my God, the world's coming to hell in a handbasket. Your final thought is yours.
I think we're going to see what we only dreamed of in the movies, and it's
Thank
not
God.
a really good reality.
I can't wait to read
Civilian
the comments on
structure
this
complete.
one. Alpha, beta being real humans. What's this here? Of men not being accepted as internet mean. Upper studies for alpha male in specific. The scientist who popularized the phrase tries to debunk it because the public took it the wrong way. So you're saying the alpha? Did I
Civilian
use the
structure
word
complete.
alpha or beta ever? I don't think that. Did I ever use that phrase whenever I was talking about anything here? You did? You said beta males? You're right. You know what? I think I probably did. I do understand that the alpha and beta thing, it was observed in wolves, and then the person who did the study did go back and try to refute what he said. And to say, like, you know, to contextualize it. I do think that, however, even if it might not be like that, it is still kind of like that.
We are ready.
I mean, let's be real. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, it is kind of like that. It was observed in domesticated wolves. Wild wolves do not behave like that. Yeah, that's what I was saying, right? Is like, I know what you're talking about. And I don't, like, just keep in mind, I generally do not prescribe to the alpha, beta, sigma mindset. I might use it as like a meme, but I don't look at it as like an actual way of distinguishing. Yeah, I don't actually think in those terms.
The unity's
Let me
will
see
be
here.
done.
Men aren't choosing AI girlfriends over real ones. They're choosing it over having nothing at all. That's a really good point this guy brings up. Like most people, I grew up believing one of the keys to happiness was finding the perfect woman. I spent most of my life chasing that dream, but each time a relationship ended, I found myself feeling a bit smaller. After my last breakup, thankfully step back.
Revenge
The
awaits.
answer is no. Okay. I see no need for an AI girlfriend. Definitely empathize with those who do.
as you
Okay, so you're just not
command.
trying. So like again,
The
right?
unity
Like this
calls
is,
us
but like
to
again,
action.
this is kind of like the point I was making, right? Where like a lot of the people that like have these kinds of mindsets, these are people that have been like hurt by women. And I'm not saying that like their experience is invalid, but I'm not going to take it really as seriously about that. Like then like somebody who's looking at it from like an objective point of view, right? Because like they have an emotional connection to this. They're thinking about this in the context of their own life. It's like they're hurt by this situation. They're not going to have like a I don't think anybody's going to have a completely unbiased outlook, but like they especially don't.
Hostility research
48,
complete.
back to one of my 20s is so different. The experience of a 20-year-old man today. Yeah,
We
for
shall
sure.
do as you command.
Okay.
We
let's see
obey the
this.
unity's will.
It's not just AI. They started. Their kids are given computers as babysitters. Learning to be social has been lost on many. Yeah, for
We
sure.
await your command. An ally has lost a
Let me
storm.
get it. Let me get this straight, brother.
Our will
No
is
child support, no
transcendent.
arguing, no mood swings out of nowhere, no gold
Our
digging,
time has
no
come.
manipulation on a
Face
daily
jump
basis.
underway.
The AI listens,
An allied
the
world
AI
has fallen to the
actually
enemy.
tries to please you,
We are
and
severely
the AI
crippled.
shows real appreciation.
We await the
Sex is
Unity's
easy,
command.
and I don't know what
An
that is.
ally has lost a
Mutual-ish. Sign me up. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the way a lot of guys feel.
Hostility
I mean,
research
obviously,
complete.
you don't want to date a girl that does that, but I think also, like, one
Revenge
element of
awaits.
this that's like very much missing is the fact that a lot
We
of
shall do
girls,
as you command.
their relationships with men and the way
We
men
obey
treat
the
them
Unity's
is
will.
absolutely fucking
We shall do
horrendous.
as you command.
It's fucking horrible. So, like, you're hearing it from, like, a lot of guys that have had bad experiences, but this is not a one-sided thing. Now, saving women again?
We
well,
seek
it's not
minds
about
to make
saving
our
women,
own.
but I don't want to have,
Production of
I
the
don't want to
item
have,
is
like,
complete.
a
Unleash our
one-sided
wrath.
conversation
The Unity's
where
will be
women are
done.
wrong and guys
Control
aren't
group
wrong.
created.
I think that it's
Harmony
very
research tier
important to look
complete.
at it from both
Awaiting your
perspectives
will.
and to contextualize
This
it
shall
around
be
that,
a
rather than
reckoning.
just make it out like women are the aggressor, women are the cause of this problem.
Time to bid. Place them
I don't really
high.
think that's the case.
Our shields
Sometimes
are
women
offline.
are wrong.
We are ready.
Tell her that next time. I'm sure
Item
she'll really
complete.
appreciate that.
New modules installed.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll really appreciate you telling her that. Yeah. I think more women will eventually use this than men will. Of course women will. Yeah, absolutely.
Hostility
Fuck
research
women.
complete.
I'm tired of them. Just let me get my AI waifu. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Good men and women always catching strays from the worst of either side. You are very right about that.
The
I
enemy
think that's
has
really
used a
kind of what the
newly built
issue is.
phase jump
And
inhibitor to
it's a
trap
very
our
complex
fleet.
issue. It's not something that's
Production
like
of the
just,
item is
okay, this is
complete.
what the problem is and, you know,
Tell
this
us
is how
what
to
to
solve it.
do.
I think it's an extremely complex
Let
issue
this
and
be a lesson. Next
it's
time,
just
pay up.
very
Do not
compelling,
abandon me.
in my opinion. I think it's very
Vengeance
interesting,
is a
personally,
cruel
to talk about
mistress.
this kind of stuff and
We
look at it.
require more
I love
unity.
videos like that
Defiers
because
encroach upon us.
I think the problem that
We
people
seek
have is like
minds to make our own.
they have a very one-sided perspective,
The Unity
on,
calls us to action.
like what's good and what's bad, in terms of like you know, how to act towards girls and stuff like that. Something that fixes overpopulation and depression is a huge extent. What could go wrong? I don't know if overpopulation is a real problem, and I really mean that I don't know that. I hear from some people it is. I hear from a lot of other people it's not.
Our fleet is
So, I
trapped
don't
after
know.
arriving at a phase
Why are
jump
guys more
inhibitor.
likely to remarry after divorce and more likely to report being happier married than
We
married
are
women?
ready.
Chat
Our
acting
shields
like
are
marriage is
offline.
only for women.
Vengeance is a cruel
I mean,
mistress.
I don't
An
know. I
allied
mean, I
world
think there's
has
like a million
fallen to the
reasons.
enemy.
As I said,
Armor
I am a
down!
traditional marriage
Only the
enjoyer. I
Unity
think
can
that's the
save
way
us
that things
now.
have been for a long
Our
time.
armor is breached.
I think there's a reason for that,
Revenge
and
awaits.
it's a good idea.
Shields down!
That's it.
Production of the item is complete. Severe damage sustained. All systems are failing.
Harmony research complete.
Our shields are offline. You may speak. Our voices speak as one.
In position.
Control group created.
The Unity will survive this loss.
Desecrators assault our world.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress.
Hostility research complete.
You seek my help?
Control group created. An allied world has fallen to the enemy.
We shall do as you command.
Is it time?
You've made a wise acquisition.
We await the Unity's command. The Unity commands your destruction. Item complete. New modules installed.
Desecrators assault our world.
Speak your mind.
Civilian structure complete.
Say no more. Our shields are offline. You will be purged.
Civilian structure complete.
Shields down! Our armor is breached! The item is complete. You may speak.
We have cleansed the planet of heathens.
We are severely crippled.
Research rate upgrade complete. Harmony research complete. Hostility research complete.
Unity, guide my hand to safety.
We await the Unity's command.
An ally has lost a starbase.
We shall do as you command.
The Unity has fallen silent on one of our planets. Control group created.
The Unity calls us to action.
We are ready.
The Unity has fallen silent on one of our planets. Control group created.
Our voices speak as one.
Revenge awaits. The Unity calls us to action. Powering phase engines.
Another planet joins the Unity.
You failed to place a bid.
The Unity senses that an enemy has finished a powerful warship.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress.
Hostility research complete.
Whatever the Unity wills.
Control group created.
At last.
Revenge awaits. We obey the Unity's will. The Unity calls us to action.
The item is complete. Our shields are offline. Vengeance is a cruel mistress. We await your command.
Control group created.
Our voices speak as one. We are ready.
An allied world has fallen to the enemy.
Severe damage sustained. All systems are failing. We are ready.
An allied world has fallen to the enemy. One of our allies has lost their Titan.
Production of the item is complete.
Mining upgrade complete. Hostility research complete.
Item complete. New modules installed.
Not enough crystal. Not enough crystal. Control group created.
We seek mines to make our own.
Defilers encroach upon us. Harmony research complete.
You pick 'em, I'll stick 'em.
Desecrators assault our world.
Revenge awaits.
The Unity has fallen silent on one of our planets.
Whatever the Unity wills.
We await the Unity's command.
The Unity's will be done.
Revenge awaits.
Our shields are offline.
The enemy will know our wrath. The Unity calls us to action.
Hostility research complete. Logistics upgrade complete.
We seek mines to make our own.
An allied world has fallen to the enemy.
We seek minds to make our own.
Hostility research complete. Defilers encroach upon us.
Powering phase engines.
We are ready.
Place your bids, you scallywags.
Do not abandon me. Is this the path to vengeance?
Production of the item is complete.
Unity, guide my hand to safety.
We seek minds to make our own.
Our armor is breached! We're going down!
The Unity commands your destruction.
Shields down!
Whatever the Unity wills.
We are severely crippled.
The moment of our vengeance is at hand.
Revenge awaits.
The item is complete.
We seek minds to make our own.
Next time, place a bid.
Our shields are offline.
Item complete. New modules installed.
Armor down! Only the Unity can save us now. Hostility research complete. Whatever the Unity wills. Military structure complete.
Do not abandon me.
Revenge awaits.
An ally has lost a starbase.
Shields down!
Severe damage sustained. All systems are failing. We are ready.
May we live beyond this next conquest.
Production of the item is complete.
Our armor is breached!
We await the Unity's command.
Whatever the Unity wills.
Shields down!
The Unity will survive this loss.
We are severely crippled.
We seek minds to make our own.
Our armor is breached! We're going down!
The enemy will know our wrath.
Our armor is breached! We are severely crippled.
We have cleansed the planet of heathens.
We're going down! Our armor is breached! We're going down! Our armor is breached! We are severely crippled. We're going down! Our armor is breached! We are severely crippled. We're going down! We are severely crippled. We're going down!
Implicitly.
Our armor is breached!
We await the Unity's command.
Our shields are offline.
Our time has come. Shields down! We are severely crippled. We're going down!
We obey the Unity's will. The Unity calls us to action. We await the Unity's command.
An allied world has fallen to the enemy.
We obey the Unity's will. Revenge awaits. Powering phase engines.
Civilian structure complete.
We await the Unity's command. We obey the Unity's will.
An allied world has fallen to the enemy.
Revenge awaits. The Unity calls us to action. Powering phase engines.
Civilian structure complete. Our shields are offline. Control group created. Whatever the Unity wills. Civilian structure complete. Hostility research complete. The Unity will survive this loss.
None shall survive. Shields down!
The enemy will know our wrath.
Our armor is breached!
The Unity commands your destruction.
They're through our shields!
Hostility research complete.
Our ship is lost!
Military structure complete.
Our armor is breached! We're going down! Shields down! Our armor is breached! Shields down! We are severely crippled! We're going down!
Civilian structure complete.
Our armor is breached!
An allied world has fallen to the enemy.
An auction is underway.
Civilian structure complete.
Revenge awaits.
Control group created.
Their worlds will burn in the Unity's flames. The enemy will know our wrath. They will join us or die.
Civilian structure complete.
Shields down! We are severely crippled.
Our will is transcendent.
We seek minds to make our own.
Control group created.
They're through our shields! This is justice. Do not abandon me.
You failed to place a bid.
Civilian structure complete.
Armor is compromised. We won't last long.
Revenge awaits.
Where's the target?
Control group created.
Is this the path to vengeance?
Hostility research complete. An allied world has fallen to the enemy.
Revenge awaits. We seek minds to make our own. Revenge awaits. We offer the absolution of death.
Desecrators assault our world.
The Unity calls us to action. Shields are compromised.
Is it time?
Revenge awaits. We obey the Unity's will. The Unity calls us to action. We await the Unity's command. A cleansing fire.
An allied capital ship has been destroyed. We have cleansed the planet of heathens.
Revenge awaits. We obey the Unity's will.
Hostility research complete. An allied world has fallen to the enemy.
The item is complete.
Hostility research tier complete.
We await the Unity's command. We obey the Unity's will.
Military structure complete.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress.
Revenge awaits.
Control group created.
Powering phase engines. We shall do as you command. The Unity commands your destruction.
Defense upgrade complete. The Unity senses that an enemy has finished a powerful warship. An allied capital ship has been destroyed.
They will join us or die.
We have cleansed the planet of heathens.
We await the Unity's command.
An allied world has fallen to the enemy.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress.
We seek minds to make our own. The Unity calls us to action.
An ally has lost a starbase. Military structure complete.
Powering phase engines.
Hostility research complete. Control group created.
The item is complete.
We shall do as you command.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress.
Defense upgrade complete. Control group created.
Place your bids, you scallywags!
We await the Unity's command. Powering phase engines.
An allied world has fallen to the enemy. An ally has fallen. They did not deserve the light we offered.
We obey the Unity's will.
Next time, place a bid.
All shall join the Unity in time.
You've made a fine purchase. And no refunds.
Powering phase engines.
An allied world has fallen to the enemy. An ally has fallen. They did not deserve the light we offered. Defense upgrade complete.
We are ready.
Not enough crystal.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress. The future is ours. Unleash our wrath. The Unity's will be done. At last.
We seek minds to make our own.
Hostility research complete.
The future is ours. Say no more.
We await the Unity's command.
Production of the item is complete.
We obey the Unity's will.
Whatever the Unity wills.
We seek minds to make our own.
Control group created.
We shall do as you command.
The future is ours. Unleash our wrath.
Another planet joins the Unity.
Very wise.
Defense upgrade complete.
Revenge awaits. We seek minds to make our own. We obey the Unity's will. Powering phase engines.
The future is ours.
Production of the item is complete.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress. Very wise.
We await the Unity's command.
Hostility research complete. Planet item ready.
The item is complete.
Is the Unity's mind settled?
Military structure complete. Another planet joins the Unity. Harmony research complete.
If we prevail, we will know our path is just. It is them or us.
Mining upgrade complete.
May we live beyond this next conquest. Vengeance is a cruel mistress.
If it is the Unity's will, surely we can beat them.
We are severely crippled. We're going down! Shields offline! We're defenseless! We are without armor! Shields down! Unity, protect our crippled vessel! Shields down! Our armor is breached! We are severely crippled! We're going down!
Revenge awaits. We shall do as you command.
Control group created.
We obey the Unity's will.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress.
Place your bids, you scallywags. You've made a fine purchase. And no refunds.
The completion of this item makes us stronger.
Not enough crystal. Harmony research complete.
Is it time? Say no more. Stand by for phase jump.
Defilers encroach upon us.
We seek minds to make our own.
Control group created.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress.
Next time, place a bid.
Our shields are offline. Hostility research complete.
Armor down! Only the Unity can save us now. Severe damage sustained. All systems are failing. The Unity will survive this loss.
Desecrators assault our world. Desecrators assault our world. The Unity has fallen silent on one of our planets. The Unity has fallen silent on one of our planets.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress. Production of the item is complete.
We seek minds to make our own. The Unity calls us to action.
Control group created.
The completion of this item makes us stronger. We are ready.
Not enough crystal.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress.
Defilers encroach upon us.
Poised to strike.
Now, feel our wrath. Desecrators assault our world.
Item completion confirmed.
Hostility research complete. Unity, light our path. Desecrators assault our world. Desecrators assault our world. More credits are required.
Revenge awaits.
Place your bids, you scallywags.
Item completion confirmed.
The Unity has fallen silent on one of our planets. Defilers encroach upon us. More credits are required.
The treasure be yours!
Standing by.
Desecrators assault our world.
Revenge awaits. The Unity calls us to action.
The Unity has fallen silent on one of our planets. Hostility research complete.
We obey the Unity's will.
Item completion confirmed.
Not enough crystal.
We seek minds to make our own.
Control group created.
We shall do as you command.
The Unity has fallen silent on one of our planets.
Revenge awaits. We obey the Unity's will.
Hostility research complete.
Revenge awaits. The Unity calls us to action. We seek minds to make our own. We await the Unity's command.
Shields down! Our armor is breached! We are severely crippled. We're going down! Shields down! Our armor is breached! We are severely crippled. Shields down! May we live beyond this next conquest. Shields down! Shields down! Our armor is breached! We are severely crippled. We're going down! Shields down! Our armor is breached!
We obey the Unity's will. We seek minds to make our own.
Defilers encroach upon us.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress.
Desecrators assault our world.
Revenge awaits.
Hostility research complete. The Unity has fallen silent on one of our planets.
The Unity commands your destruction.
Unleash our wrath. Our armor is breached! We're going down!
Armor down! Only the Unity can save us now. Our shields are offline.
Is the hour at hand?
Severe damage sustained. All systems are failing. The Unity will survive this loss.
It is them or us. They are not the fragile foes we imagined. Let us hope fear has not clouded your judgment. If we prevail, we will know our path is just.
Vengeance is a cruel mistress. They're through our shields!
If it is the Unity's will, surely we can beat them.
They're through our shields! Armor is compromised! We won't last long!
We shall not question your orders.
Shields offline! We're defenseless! Shields down!
The enemy has destroyed our shields! Is the hour at hand?
Shields down!
A terrible risk.
We are severely crippled! Shields down! Shields down!
Unity has fallen silent on one of our planets. The Unity fades. Our